Hey guys, it's Cecil, so welcome to my first vlog. I put up this channel just basically to show random things I do, such as playing video games, especially Sims, making art and trying out other things, and talking honestly about my feelings, especially my anxiety. I honestly wasn't sure what to talk about today, but I thought that it would be more appropriate to talk about, or in my case, rant about perfection paralysis for my first one, since I've been suffering from it for quite a while. Also, what I'm showing you right now is a time lapse of one of my most recent works. I actually documented it, but this is one of those works that I just left there because I wasn't sure if I was already happy with it. But here it is. I painted it because I wanted to let out how I felt about what's happening right now, among other emotions that has been bugging me. I really feel so blinded by a lot of things right now, and lately I've just been feeling so lost, like I can't find my way. Sometimes it also feels like I'm just so scared that I may not have the ability to face everything anymore, or to do the things I used to do. So I just try to hide inside myself. But with this work, I only have enough time to talk about a very small piece of how I feel. So I chose this topic. I'm not sure if everyone else would relate, but I'm sure that there are a lot who, like me, have been struggling with this. So let's go with that. At this point, I can't really ask you to subscribe because my channel is still shit, but if you can, and you want to, please do. And say hi to me in the comments. Have you ever had a time in your life when you have a bright idea and you just want so bad to pull it off as perfect as possible because you want it to be a very special piece of yourself to show the world? Well, perfection paralysis is when you have that, and then you imagine yourself pulling it off perfectly with everything flowing so smoothly and ending up with a perfect piece in your hands. But then, when you actually do it, reality hits you. You go through problems, and even when a lot of the times those problems aren't even that bad, you wind through what seems to be a never-ending loop of fear that what you're doing or what you did is just not good enough for your own expectations, and therefore it's not good enough for anyone else, even if it most definitely is. So you just tell yourself you'll put it aside and go back to it maybe when you're better at things and when you can do it perfectly, when you have the right timing or the right skill set and the right tools. But then that perfect point never arrives. Or you sometimes would try to go back to it, but you become so unhappy with the result that you're just scared you might not even have the ability to pull it off after all. That's perfection paralysis. And for someone like me, who comes up with the craziest ideas so much, while also being a person with anxiety disorder, it's an enormous problem. A lot of the time I dwell too much on perfection and the fear of embarrassing myself with bad work that I mostly just can't manage to finish much of what I do, at least to a point where I'm happy with it, or I'm really proud of it, or when I could just show it off to everyone without being concerned that they may laugh at me. And if you're actually listening to this, I want to congratulate myself for a small win, because that means I'm able to win through the paralysis and I've put out something even if I'm surely not happy with it. I've actually been putting off vlogging for quite a while because I'm always scared that people will laugh at me or that I won't be able to put up a decent enough work that people would like to watch. And although I have my artist page at Facebook where I share some techniques and some of my work every once in a while, I do fail on that too because I often go missing for a long time before I resurface again. And the past couple of years have really been so much of a struggle that I just don't even know how to share stuff without care anymore. So I did fail at that too. And yesterday, while browsing through the videos on my phone and my laptop, I realized that I have so much content waiting to be edited that I don't really work on because I'm not happy with it. And so I kinda promised myself to try my best to edit all of it and put it out at least one by one, starting with this one. Recently, I read the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. It talks about how success is achieved by not giving a fuck about everything and saving your fucks for the most important things. And it made me realize so much about myself and why I keep failing at almost everything. And the main thing that keeps me from moving forward is my perfectionism. I'm so obsessed with achieving the perfect or a near perfect output that I just keep on going over and over my work to a point where I just end up throwing a lot of it in the bin or just leaving some of it for dead. And it's a struggle that I have to deal with every day. I know this video is probably not that useful to anyone since I myself am not really even anywhere near good at handling this problem, but I hope that somehow I'm gonna be able to help someone just by making it known that they're not alone. If you suffer with this as well, you're now sure that I'm with you. We're okay. We'll get through this somehow. Baby steps. So let's wind things back a little bit. Ever since I was a child, I've always been an overachiever. I always overstretched myself, and even as a little Bob, I was always already obsessed with making great things and only producing great outputs. And if I don't get the output I want, I just do it all over again or just be sad or be depressed. And one way I pull it off is by trying my best to learn so much about what I would like to do. I try my best to find answers about how to do things properly, how not to do things properly, or how other people failed at it, until I'd be confident enough to try it. And then when I do, I'd put so much focus on it, sometimes even to a point where I forget to eat, drink, pee, or sleep. There are times when I actually succeed, and I do love myself to bits when that happens, but with a lot of those trials, I often don't satisfy my expectations, and I either throw it in the bin and start over while scratching my head, sobbing and pulling my hair out, or I keep working on it, revising until I'm happy with it, which takes a lot of time and changes. This actually, to other people, makes me seem like a fast learner, because for a non-perfectionist standards, I'm making super great progress for someone who's never tried doing that thing before. But the curse is that for myself, I'm never happy with my work. I always see something I hate about it or something I've missed and focus fully on that. But whenever I make something that I think is really good, or enough, it makes me so ecstatic and makes me so proud of myself. So it's an extreme love and hate relationship. For work and study, it was good. It made me excel faster and helped me through my career as a strategist and my hobby as an artist. But for relationships, not that much, and I'm sure you can guess why. It's also not good for myself since I hate myself more than necessary whenever I fail at something, and it's something I really want to move away from, if at all possible. Which is partly why I've decided to start talking about it and forcing myself to put out my work whether I like it or not. Because at some point I'm gonna have to face the judgment and the hate I'm so scared of. And I would have to be brave and strong enough to not let those things affect me. But for now, baby steps. If you've suffered with this at one point in your life, or if you're currently suffering from it right now, I would love for us to connect. Please comment or DM me. Let's fight through this together. So, okay, I know this vlog is kinda pointless, but such is life. Hope you join me again next time. See you.